Hugo Chavez has just won re-election for the third time as president of Venezuela. The key to his electoral success is a set of social programs that he calls socialism for the 21st century. Under those programs, he provides food, housing, jobs, and a whole variety of benefits to the poor and the lower middle class in his country. The problem facing Mr. Chavez, aside from the cancer about which outsiders know very little, is the fact that he's totally dependent for the money to pay for these programs on the export of petroleum, the price of which is at a very high level. If production declines, or if the price of petroleum declines, Mr. Chavez quickly will run out of money. He's using the excess profits from his petroleum to fund his social programs. At the same time, his spending spree for his campaign and his spree of spending on these social programs has driven inflation in Venezuela up over 20% a year. So that's the bind in which Mr. Chavez finds himself. Watch the price of petroleum. The higher it is, the better off Chavez will be in Venezuela. Nicolás Maduro is one of the close advisors to the president of Venezuela. He's not noted for any particular skills. He's a faithful follower. The defect of all leadership patterns in populist regimes such as Venezuela today is that the leader does not like to have very strong figures around him. So Chavez is surrounded by a bunch of mediocre sycophants. Maduro is one of those. Rumors have it that Maduro is the candidate of the military in Venezuela, who are very close allies of the president. He's also supposed to be supported by the regime in Havana, Mr. Raul Castro, and that's the closest alliance that Chavez has with the government in Cuba. Beyond that, we don't know very much about Mr. Maduro. And of course, the problem for all of us is that Chavez has cancer. We don't know what form of cancer. We don't know how sick he is. He's clearly not as strong as he was a year or 2 years ago, but we're not sure how long he will last. So the issue of Mr. Maduro and the skill set he brings to his new position is a subject of possible concern for all of us who watch Venezuela. The election of Chavez to his third presidential term will probably have very little impact on the rest of Latin America. The principal reason for the absence of significant impact is the decline in Chavez's personal physical energy. His cancer has made him much less energetic, so that the wildly mobile and rhetorically inflamed president we saw 5, 6, 7 years ago, we won't see again. And so the alliance that he's built, which is known by a Spanish acronym as ALBA, standing for the Bolivarian Latin American Alliance, has pulled in leaders in like-minded governments such as Bolivia, Ecuador, Cuba, and Nicaragua. But none of them, or let's put it this way, pulling them all together does not represent a significant geopolitical force. It's capable, with Chavez in the lead, that alliance can stir things up a bit. But without his energetic leadership, I think you'll find that ALBA will become a shadow of its former self. And we can expect countries like Brazil, Mexico, and then secondarily Chile and Peru to play a much more active role in the region than Venezuela has over the last decade.